Hello and welcome to episode 383 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. And I do so at about 5,000 words per minute in the way I speak, so hopefully you can keep up with me. Today we're talking about rejection. Dun dun dun. Rejection. People telling you no thank you, not now, or even worse, F off, and other unsavory things that might happen to you, or you've heard them happen to other people. Rejection can be really off-putting. It's one of the big reasons why lots of people don't do outreach and put themselves out there, because they're really terrified of being rejected. As I take a really long in breath there, sorry about that. But there's only one way to overcome rejection, and it's repetition. The more you do something, the more you become desensitized to it. The thicker your skin will get. So the only reason I've been able to do better over the years with rejection, and yes, of course, I get rejected like everybody else does. I don't have a 100% strike rate, and I wouldn't expect you to either. But the reason it doesn't really bother me so much anymore, certainly not as much as it did do back in the day, just reps. I've made thousands of calls, millions of emails and messages, etc. I don't really care anymore. Not in like a reckless way, not in an unprofessional way, but I don't really care. If you're going to come back and be rude to me or whatever, that's fine. I'll take you off the list. I'll put an X next to your name, whatever. I'll move on. I'm not going to take it personally, because I understand that when somebody is rude to you, 9 times out of 10, or even 10 times out of 10, it's more to do with them than to do with you. If you happen to have messaged somebody or called them and they're having a particularly bad day, you're going to get the brunt of their anger, their frustration, their scaredness, whatever it happens to be, because you're an easy target. So there's nothing specific to you, nothing personal to you. It's more about the other person. I know it's easier to say that on a very straightforward, calm and peaceful, logical podcast where nobody's making cold calls, sending cold emails right now. But try and bear that in mind going forward. When people are rude to you and they reject you, it's not necessarily because you are a terrible person or bad at your job. It probably just reflects the day they've been having. So the only way that I found to get over rejection is repetition. So doing more of it. The more you do of something, the better you will get, the more insulated you will get to the rejection. It's the same as public speaking. Really, I had the same thing public speaking years ago. I was nervous, terrified of public speaking. Nobody believes me, of course, because I just talk and talk and talk. But I genuinely was very scared of public speaking when I began, completely cured myself. And again, just purely through what I ended up calling the bulldozer method, which is if you're scared about doing something, if you're not sure, literally do it a couple of hundred times and you'll be cured. Not very scientific, but from my experience, it definitely works. So if you're worried about rejection, if you find it really hard to deal with, my advice to you, use the bulldozer method. Get out there, make a million more calls and emails, etc. Eventually, you'll just desensitize yourself to it, and it'll never really be an issue for you ever again. Not very scientific, I know, but it definitely does work. Right, that's it for this episode. Tomorrow in episode 384, as I check my notes. Yes, there's a particular word, and I must be honest here. I'm guilty of using this word in emails, or at least I have been. I'm a bit more mindful of it these days. There's a particular word, 4-letter word, but no, not one of those ones. A 4-letter word that we often use in emails that really puts us in an inferior position. And it just, everything about it is kind of like, please, sorry to interrupt you. No. It really doesn't work. So I'll explain what that word is tomorrow and how we deal with that. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another fast-talking edition of the Daily Sales Message.